All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to East Chattanooga. As we say here on the railroad, we have reached our destination. But as we say here in southeastern Tennessee, we done run slap out of railroad. What we're going to do, we're going to put the locomotive on a turntable. This turntable was manufactured in 1916 by the American Bridge Company up in Ambridge, Pennsylvania. It was manufactured for the Central of Georgia Railroad. It is 80 feet long and it weighs about 80 tons. Central first used it at their shop facilities near Macon, Georgia. It is a center balance turntable, and the locomotive engineer is required to semi-balance his locomotive over this central bearing in the middle of the table, 6 feet in diameter. Now the way he tells he's balanced, down here at the front of the table, it's raised up just a couple inches. When the engineer sees that end down there drop even with those other rails, he knows he's semi-balanced, and at that point 4 people could muscle this turntable around by hand, using what they call the Armstrong method. Today we got a little lazy and we've installed a 25 horsepower motor underneath this little house over here where Frank's standing, and that does the work of 4 people. You can agree with me though, whether it's 4 people or 25 horsepower, turning an 80-ton turntable is still quite an accomplishment, especially when you got an over 200-ton locomotive sitting on it. Now locomotive number 4501 that's powering our train today was manufactured by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in 1911 for the Southern Railway. It was used for powering freight trains in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana before it was sold to the short line Kentucky and Tennessee Railway, where it hauled coal for a number of years. We acquired the locomotive in 1964, and we operated it here until 1998 when we took it out of service in need of a major overhaul. It is our largest locomotive, and it is imperative that y'all stay behind the yellow line and please do not hang onto the safety rope, as the locomotive frame does overhang the ends of the turntable. So it is imperative that everyone stay completely behind the yellow line. Parents, if you think you need to, please secure small children. Now, 4501 just emerged from a 3-year restoration to return it to active service, and y'all are fortunate to be the very first passengers powered by this locomotive since it was restored to service. The locomotive is classified as a 282, and that refers to the number of wheels it has. It's got 2 pilot wheels up front, 8 driving wheels, each one being 63 inches in diameter, and it has 2 trailing wheels to support the cab and firebox. That wheel arrangement is commonly called a Mikado, that being a Japanese word because the first engines of that wheel arrangement were exported to Japan. During World War II, however, that wheel arrangement name was changed to MacArthur for obvious reasons. A locomotive 4501 has a coal tender behind it that holds about 17 tons of coal and about 13,000 gallons of water. So it's going to be a very tedious operation getting the locomotive balanced on the table. But once we start turning, wave at the engineer and fireman, thank them for that smooth ride they gave us over here to East Chattanooga today. Otherwise, they might just forget to take their engine back to the other end of the train and take us back to Grand Junction. Now, our engineer today is Mr. Shane Metter, and our fireman today is Mr. Al Phillips. Make sure you wave at them and thank them for that nice smooth ride they gave us today. And again, please stay completely behind the yellow line, and please do not hang on to the safety rope.
They don't have cars there.